Woo. This is a witch hunt. I'm sick to death, dead wrong. The odds are in your favor. No, you don't. High and dry. It's unbelievable. Tell me you can't close that deal. I won the fight.
Brandon Marshall and the Jets got an up-close and personal look at Watt's defensive skills the other week. Marshall was quick to give the defensive end his props, saying this, quote, "I'm going to go on a limb also on this show and say he's the best defensive player to ever play the game." Watt and the Texans will face the Bills this Sunday. JJ leads the league with 13.5 sacks this season. Best ever, Skip. Is JJ living up to the hype?
Stephen A. Smith, I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I don't see it. I was shocked by the NFL.com ranking. Again, not just the best defensive player, the best overall player in the NFL, said NFL.com preseason, including quarterbacks. I didn't get it because I haven't gotten it over these 5 years that J.J. Watt has been a Texan. They started off, they were 10-6 his first year and 12-4 the second year, pretty good, but he wasn't as dominating to my eye as he's becoming now. Then they went 2-14 with J.J. Watt, 9-7 last year and missed the playoffs. Started off this year 2-5. Lately, they have caught fire. Since week 8, they're first in the NFL in points allowed. That has a lot to do with J.J. Watt. 2 touchdowns allowed in the last 18 quarters. That's pretty great, and that's large part J.J. Watt. He has 9.5 sacks in his last 5 games. Good for him. But I'm going to remind you, the Houston Texans defense has 8 first-round picks on it. 8. So it's underachieved all year with J.J. Watt in the middle of it. They have come to life. We could debate how great the opposition has been over these last 4 weeks. But my point is, I'm sorry. I don't see Lawrence Taylor. I don't see Reggie White. I don't even think I see Mean Joe Green or Randy White of my Dallas Cowboys. I'm not sure I see that yet. I see very, very good. I don't see, forgive me, Brandon Marshall, the greatest ever. I don't know how far back Brandon goes, but I don't see those guys. I'm sorry.
It's interesting that you say that. I would tell you this, Skip. I see a Mean Joe Green. I see a Randy White. I see somebody like that. I see a Reggie White to some degree.
Do you?
Wow. A little bit of that. A little bit of that because J.J. Watt is big time. I got mad respect for him. I love his approach to the game. I love his commitment to the game. I love how he goes out there and does his job on an extreme level. He's double, if not triple, covered in the modern-day era. He's got 13.5 sacks, Skip. He's second on the tackle with 43 behind Brian Cushing. He's clearly the focal point of that defense, and yet they're showing up. They've got a 7-5 record without a quarterback as far as I'm concerned. I got to take a moment to give, Bill O'Brien major props. We were critical of him earlier in the season, particularly his unwillingness to bring aboard a quarterback. And look at the job he's done. Let's also take a moment to give Romeo Crennel credit because we got to a point where we were questioning what have former assistants for Bill Belichick done when they got an opportunity. And I think Bill O'Brien's doing a hell of a job and Romeo Crennel is doing a hell of a job. I mean, I gave up on them defensively after they gave up 48 to Atlanta and then 3 weeks later gave up 44 to Miami, getting their defense shellacked. But over the last several weeks against Cincinnati, holding them to 6 points against the Jets, beating the Jets, doing the things that they've done over the last 4 weeks, I give them a lot of credit. I will say this, though. I've never seen a Lawrence Taylor when I've looked at J.J. Watt. See, that's when I jump off board because Lawrence Taylor was something sensational. Tell me that J.J. Watt is one of the great defensive players of the modern-day era and one of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen, then I'm open to that discussion. But to say he's the best ever, hell no. I'm not going for that. I also want to take a moment to give props to DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to talk about Odell Beckham Jr. We need to talk about this brother as well because he is special. And when Houston finally gets themselves a quarterback that you can rely upon, that he can develop chemistry and cohesiveness with, I mean, look out. Because this brother is a one-man wrecking crew, and he's doing it without a viable quarterback to rely upon on a week-to-week basis, as far as I'm concerned, devoid of the continuity necessary for a receiver to be successful. But he's doing it anyway. So I got a lot of love and respect for DeAndre Hopkins. J.J. Watt is big time. Nothing disrespectful about that. It's just that I can't go as far as to say he's the best ever. Not after years of watching Lawrence Taylor do what I saw him do on the defensive side of the ball. I'm sorry, I can't give J.J. Watt that.
Okay, you did give the Texans 7-5. They're currently 6-5. Does that mean you think they're going to win at Buffalo?
I do believe they're going to beat Buffalo.
Really?
I'm thinking they're going to beat Buffalo. Tyrod Taylor can make things happen. I understand that, but I kind of like the way that they're playing defensively right now, and I'm still not sold on Buffalo. I think Buffalo has been relatively inconsistent. They haven't shown up at times when I expected them to. I know they could win, they should win because they're on their home turf, but I think Houston's rolling right now, and I think I'm going to go with them.
Okay, I'm definitely going with Buffalo in this game, in part because of another young man from Clemson named Sammy Watkins, who happened to be DeAndre's teammate for a brief while.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. Whenever I hear the name Tyrod Taylor, I will forever think of him swallowing a quarter.
You love
from that Lindsey Zarniak
cannot let it
interview.
go.
It was
I
so
know.
hysterical.
I know. It was really good.
All right, let me quickly recap. J.J. Watt was 1, Rodgers 2, Brady 3, and DeMarco Murray 4 on that NFL Network list prior to the season.
DeMarco's plummeted, I think. Go ahead.
I think so. Katy Perry's performance at the Super Bowl 49 halftime show was hot, but we'll tell you why the show will be a bit colder at Super Bowl 50. Stick around.
Unbelievable. You need to show him more respect.
And you can say that nonsensical stuff.
And then to top that off, you're moody. I'm not joking, bro.
First Take is brought to you by T-Mobile. Switch to the Data Strong Network.
It's official. Coldplay will perform at halftime of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara. Stephen A., you good with this?
I'm good with it. I mean, I like Coldplay. I mean, Paradise is the joint. Don't know if you ever heard that song, Skip. Paradise.
Oh,
I got to hear Princess of China. Wait. I swear to you. Don't get me started singing. I don't want to hurt your ears. But Paradise, I listen to Paradise every day.
I'm not
and
buying
Clocks, let's not forget that song. Let's not forget that. I like Coldplay. I like Coldplay.
Are you good with it?
Coldplay leaves me a little cold.
People who know me know
so
I like
harsh,
Coldplay.
Skip, on a Friday.
Sorry.
Good weekend. Unbelievable.
This is a witch hunt. I'm sick to death, dead wrong. The odds are in your favor. No, you don't. High and dry. It's unbelievable. Tell me you can't close that deal. I won the fight.